Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. Nah, I can go on and on. What's up, everybody? Sorry to those Steeler fans, Steelers betters. Should have hopped on the premium pick. What can I tell you guys? Blowout winner. Gotta love that Texans defense. I'll get into it here. I'll get a little recap, a little look ahead for tomorrow here, January 13th, Tuesday's action. We're going to cover some NBA. We're going to cover some college hoops. We're going to cover a little bit of NHL. Feeling really good, as you guys can tell. I'll get to it at the end of the show. Don't worry. Just like and subscribe here before we get into Tuesday's action here. We're going to start off in the NBA, of course. But yeah, rough L there for those Steelers. Quick note before I forget. Lamar, real quick to not defend his coach when they asked about if Harbaugh should be fired. Oh, I'm not in the frame of mind to answer. One, Jalen Hurts did the same thing as well. What does Aaron Rodgers go and do in this press conference? Not only does he defend Mike Tomlin, he also defends his former coach, Matt LaFleur. That's what a leader does. That's what a franchise quarterback does. I get it. He played like a washwoman tonight. I'd argue CJ Stroud played even worse. What a game. I'm feeling good right now, as you guys could tell. Undefeated wild card weekend. Bears, Bills, Texans. You guys already know. Anyways, we're going to get into this action. Like I said, we'll get into this NBA action right now. First game here, Suns, Heat. When I'm looking at this one here, I see the Suns are laying, 1.5 points. Total at 230 here in this one. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you guys this one because guess what? It's part of my NBA 3-point 3-pack. That's all I got to say. So go scoop that up on the site. Again, link in the description here. NBA 3-point 3-pack for tomorrow. This game right here is a part of it. All right, next game here. All right, let me get to these picks. We got Nuggets, Pelicans. I'm seeing Nuggets here, 3.5 3-point favorites. Total at 235.5. What you see, Nuggets 5-2 ATS run. 5 out of the last 7 have gone under for them, though, as well. Playing well on the road. And, yes, I get it. Possibly no Jamal Murray, no Christian Braun, Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon. I mean, this is getting to the point. Watson as well, or Spencer Jones as well. It's getting to the point it's looking like a G League team, right? Well, we've been backing this G League Nuggets team throughout this little stretch without Jokic and whatnot. 3.5, it seems a little bit baitable. I'm not going to lie. They should get this done, though, the Nuggets. I'm just going to keep it real. You look at the Pelicans, they're 1-6 ATS in their last 7, and they're catching points most of the time. Pelicans, 5 out of their last 6 have gone under the total. They're on a 1-10 run in their last 11 games. No Herbert Jones, no Sadiq Bey. A spark plug off the bench, Jose Alvarado, is still going to be out till end of this month. Pick here would be Nuggets at the end of the day. So there you go. In this one, we got Bulls and Rockets here in this one. When I'm looking here, I see 12.5 now you're catching with the Bulls. Total at 228.5. Bulls are 8-2 to the under in their last 10 games. I was wanting under 235. I see the total at 228. Lets me know that they're looking at the same thing I'm looking at. Again, 8-2 to the under last 10 games for the Bulls. You look at how the Bulls have fared against the Rockets on the road here. 5-12. That's not even on the road. That's just in general, actually, versus this Rockets team. 5-12 versus this Rockets squad in the last 17 games. Bulls, however, are on a little 5-2 ATS run last 7. When you look at these two teams when they play each other in Houston, 5 out of the last 6 have gone over. So, I'm 50-50 on both sides here. when it comes to the total. Again, I did want the under, but it's not the number I wanted. And then that trend I just told you is a little scary. Bulls, though, 4 out of the last 5 games they've played versus Western Conference teams have gone under. Again, it's conflicting here. Rockets 0-5 ATS in their last 5 games. They're on a 1-4 straight up run. 6 straight unders for the Rockets. Rockets 6 straight home wins. 10 straight wins versus the Eastern Conference. Again, we're looking at a no Giddey, no Kobe White, no Zach Collins possibly here. No Tari Eason, no Finney Smith for the Rockets. But I don't know. To me, I get it. It looks like it could be a Rocket side with all these players out for the Bulls, but I just feel like it's a little bit too many points here. I wouldn't be mad at anybody trying to grab the plus 12.5 here in this one with those Chicago Bulls. I love an Ayo Dosunmu prop. Ayo to get it done for us. 20-plus points out of him. Again, if no Kobe White, no Josh Giddey plays in this, who's going to be the guy doing this in the backcourt here? Who's going to give us some offensive production? It's going to have to be Ayo Dosunmu to get it done for us here. 20-plus points out of him, and I don't mind anybody taking the points here with the Bulls. All right, next one here. We got Spurs and Thunder. I mean, if you're a blackjack player, even a roulette player, if you bet red or black or even or odds, and you get on a little 3-win streak here like I currently am on when it comes to betting Spurs versus Thunder. I've taken the Spurs every single time this year. You would think you want to just keep rolling it over on these Spurs, right? I mean, you're already up so much. Why not just keep it rolling? No, I'm actually going to lay it here with the Thunder in this one. At the end of the day, you look, they're 0-5 ATS-wise in their last 5 games, this Thunder squad. When you look this year, only 19-21 ATS-wise. A lot of people saying they've been burning money. 2 units you've lost maybe this year, and they're about to get on a run, in my opinion. I get it, 0-3 this year to the Spurs, 0-3 ATS-wise versus the Spurs. But you look at those 3 games, they were having to lay -9, -7.5, -10.5. Here we're getting a -6.5 and a -7.5 at home. That -7.5 was on the road in San Antonio. I could argue this actually is a little bit of line value in the Thunder favor, especially since they're almost at full strength. No Devin Vassell for the Spurs. To me, that's 15 to 20 points missing here for the Spurs. Obviously, no Hartenstein, no Topic for the Thunder. I think they can replace those offensive numbers out of those guys somewhere else. Young kid here out of Utah, Braden Carlson, a 7-footer. I get it, not the most athletically gifted guy here, but again, 7-footer, able to shoot the 3. If he gets 20-plus minutes here in his last couple outings, he got that much minutes, and he was pretty productive, almost a double-double in a couple of these games here. That's a nice little piece just to come in and, help shut Holmgren out in the front court because, again, Wembanyama is always going to be a load to handle. But, again, I'm leaning the Thunder here in this one, -7.5. I just have a feeling the Spurs are a public dog, but this line did open at 6.5. It's up to 7.5. That's the only thing that has me a little bit cold feet here. Would have liked to get on the Thunder at like a -6 and then see this thing get pounded down to -4, -3 like it should have been. But I think the public might even agree with me. So maybe the Spurs aren't even a public dog. You can see how I'm conflicted in this one. But gun to my head, I'm going with the Thunder here. That finally, this is triple revenge here versus this Spurs team. Thunder finally covers spread in general and versus the Spurs in this one. All right, we got T-Wolves and Bucks. Not even going to talk about it. Part of the NBA 3-point pack. Link in the description. Oh, by the way, #1 capper in the NBA last 30 days. Again, I will show you guys at the end of the show. We're rolling right now. By all means, the ebbs and flows of this game. When things are going well, be careful. That's when it's about to start going the other way. And then when things are as bad, or when things are bad, it's never as bad as it really seems, guys. You know this. Ebbs and flows of this game. But again, this one here is also a part of that NBA 3-point pack. So go scoop that one up here on this one. In this one, T-Wolves and Bucks. All right, we got Hawks and Lakers. This one is a part of the 3-point pack, but I can't just withhold all of my picks here. I'll give you guys this one here. At the end of the day, I think the Hawks are live in this one. I get it. They're going to be missing a couple pieces in this front court. Possibly no Porzingis, no Asa Newell, Luke Kennard, Rishashare. Again, depth that we would want with the Hawks, don't get me wrong. But Lakers on a back-to-back, probably trying to get this comeback win here versus the Kings. I don't know the score right now, so don't chastise me over it. But I did see them starting to make some leadway. I saw last time I checked, Luka was at 40 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Luka having to carry everybody on that team, including LeBron. I like to hate on LeBron. He's not as bad as I make him out to be. You guys know this. But yes, in this one, I think still the Hawks are live. I mean, you still got a Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Onyeka Okongwu, a guy whose props I've been giving out and they've been cashing like nobody else. The points and rebounds prop with him. Again, he should get more minutes with this front court looking a little banged up like it's been recently. We'll see if McCollum and them play and whatnot. But anyways, I think the Hawks are live here. Lakers get everybody's best shot, as we just seen tonight here with the Kings. Got no problem getting on these Hawks here. Again, this one is part of the NBA 3-point 3-pack, but I'll give you guys this one here, a little freemium here for you guys. Take the Hawks here in this one. All right, we got Trailblazers, Warriors here, final game of the night. Yes, I want to try to take this dog here. It feels like a lot of value with the Blazers, right? Especially them being on a 5-1 ATS run last 6 games. When you look on how they've fared, though, versus Golden State, they're 4-13 versus Golden State in their last 17. So this is dating back more than a couple seasons here. But Portland also, though, in their last 5 games versus Golden State, have at least been able to cover the number. 4-1 ATS-wise last 5 here versus Golden State. Golden State's been playing pretty well, though. 8-4 in their last 12 games, 6-2 at home. But when you look these last 6 times these two teams have met each other, 5 times these teams have gone over the total. Interesting little stat here. Golden State is 2-10 in their last 12 games versus Western Conference teams. But again, you look at the Blazers here. No Avija, no Thibault, no Murray, no Scoot Henderson, no Jeremy Grant. I mean, we've cashed G League type rosters here with like the Nuggets, for instance. But I don't know, forced to play. I'm still going to try to take some points here with the Blazers. It's just the ATS numbers that get me on the Blazers here. I think they can scrap together a little roster here. Again, check and wait on the injury report. Wait on this one because, I saw it open to 7.5, 8.5. Now it's up to 9.5. You got the total here, 224. Lean taking the points here with the Blazers in this one. All right, guys. Moving on to college hoops. Again, like and subscribe. Zipping right through this look-ahead show here for the 13th of January, Tuesday's action here. We got Villanova and Providence here in this one. And, Providence plays Villanova tough historically. If you look, Nova's 2-5 ATS-wise versus Providence in the last 7 meetings. Nova 8-2 to the under on the road here versus Providence. That dates back, obviously, 10 seasons. Providence, 8-4 ATS run themselves, 5-2 to the over, very much opposite of what we've known Providence to be. Providence is also 8-4 to the under versus Nova. Very tricky game. Again, total at 157. Nova laying only 2 points seems a little bit too good to be true. Like I said, Providence plays this team tough. Do I love this Providence squad this year? Not at all. Not in love with this Villanova squad, though, either. Feels like a bait line. I'd be on Providence here in this one. We got Boston College and Clemson. Gigantic spread here. 17.5 points with Clemson. A low total. I get it. Both teams can play at a slow pace. But I actually think we get over this 130.5 I'm seeing here in this one. 69 the 60 type game. Maybe that makes you want to take Boston College, but it wouldn't surprise me to see a 77-52 Clemson win here as well. That one, I don't know if that gets over the total, though. That's 129. You get me, though. I'm leaning over, and I'm leaning a Clemson blowout. Am I going to lay 17 points? Absolutely not. Am I telling you to go rush the window there and take Boston College? No, I'm not. I think the best play in this one is take the over here. I think Clemson, at least, again, I get it. Normally on these low totals, you want to look under because the pace of these games are normally going to be slow. But I like Clemson here in this one, and I can't say I like Clemson when they're laying 17.5 points, but you get me. I'm just going to say over, team total over Clemson. There's ways to make some money here in this one. We got Marquette and St. John's. Public dog alert. Marquette opened up at 16.5 down to 14.5. Under here, 155 I was looking. When you look, Marquette's on a 2-7 ATS run. They are 1-7 in their last 8. 6 straight road losses for Marquette. When you look historically, again, this isn't one of the better Marquette teams here. Dwayne Wade ain't walking through this locker room. Let me put it that way. 6-3 are Marquette straight up versus St. John's. That's last 9 meetings here. St. John's not playing well this year either, or at least as of late, a 3-7 ATS run. They are having to lay some points more than likely on a lot of these games. But you look, St. John's, this obviously dates back to last season on a 13-1 run versus the Big East. They are 8-2 to the under. I know I'm giving you guys a lot of numbers here, but you look, these last 6 games between St. John's and Marquette, 4-2 to the under. Again, I thought the total would be 148, 147. We got a 155 here. I'm looking under in this one. Yes, I wanted to take plus 15.5 with Marquette, but when you look, they're really down to some freshmen. Zayd Lowry, Sean Jones still hurt. They're having to go to these freshman guards. Really, obviously, Chase Ross is the main guy, but 29% from 3, this kid, jacking up tons of shots and not going in. Can we get a double-double out of Ben Gold like ever, this big 7-footer out of Marquette? He scores single digits more often than he scores double digits. I'll put it that way. I think St. John's could possibly roll here, but I also think the defense both teams here play, lack of good shooting out of Marquette, gets this total under the 155 here in Marquette, St. John's. All right, guys, we got Miami and Notre Dame. I looked at this one and I thought Notre Dame should be 7.5-point dogs. I get there, here at home. Under 150, I was looking at. Got the total at 144 instead. And we got Notre Dame only getting 3.5 points here. It's just no Marcus Burton is a big deal for me. But you look how Notre Dame's been playing without Marcus Burton. It's been 6 games. They're 4-2 to the number. So it's not like they haven't been not playing, well, at least, or not covering. The one that sticks out to me is that 47-40 outright win there versus Stanford. Had to do it a different way. Had to do it defensively. Carson Tout on the boards. Jalen Harlison on the boards. These 2 guys can bang with anybody in the country. And then, Cole Serta is going to have to step up if you want to back Notre Dame in this one. Over 2.5 threes for him. I like his prop, a nice sneaky little wing guard that can shoot the 3 here for Notre Dame. I just would have liked Marcus Burton in the game for Notre Dame. Again, Trey Donaldson probably will be the best player on the court here for Miami. And it seems like a manageable number to lay. Not mad at anybody on those Hurricanes. Again, a little public as well, don't get me wrong. But if you want to be a little funny here with some narratives, Miami Hurricanes, the U is in the national championship in football. They're getting all the love on campus right now. I bet Miami wants to pistol whip Notre Dame. We got Catholics, convicts, the basketball version. I'm going with the convicts here. Give me those Miami Hurricanes. Lay the -3.5. And again, get your panties out of a wad. That's a classic saying going way back to the 80s. People get in their feelings when I say stuff like that, guys. This is a grown-up show here. 21 and older here in this show. So on to the next game. We got Virginia. We got Louisville. This one here, 3.5-point favorites for Louisville. At home, still on a 19-1 run here at home. Last 20 games, Louisville. Obviously, we were on Duke when that 19-game home winning streak got snapped. I'll just be honest. Pat Kelsey, to me, is a fraud. Yes, I'll go there. He had that big-time, with Charleston bringing him to the NCAA tournament. Winthrop, he's brought to the NCAA tournament. I'm not going to chastise him for not winning a game with those two schools in an NCAA tournament game. But, last year bringing Louisville here to the big dance and losing in the first round, I get it. It was an 8-9 matchup versus Creighton. I just think this coach is major fraud, especially when you compare who's he going against here. Ryan Odom. This is a guy that, first ever 16 seed in the history of college basketball to beat a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Was that University of Maryland, Baltimore County squad back in 2018 or whatnot. Ryan Odom was the head coach of that school. Then he goes on to Utah State, takes them to the NCAA tournament. Then he goes on, where else? To VCU as well, takes them to the NCAA tournament. VCU is a little bit of a mid-major powerhouse, but now he's at Virginia. I think this is a great head coaching matchup. I would say the advantage goes to Virginia. Virginia, little typo there. Just noticed it. But anyways, what gets me not wanting to really back Virginia, though, is they're still missing this kid out of Akron, the transfer they got, Jakari White. Big-time point guard, big-time scorer for them. Now they're having to really make shift of this backcourt, and I don't know. This is the one team, Louisville, who wants to get up and down and run. When you look at how they've played, though, historically versus UVA, they're on a 1-4 ATS run versus Virginia. I will say Virginia needs this Jakari White in there, though, if I wanted to back them. They are playing well, 4-1 against the spread last 5 games. They're 9-1 in their last 10. And then what's uncharacteristic as well about these, or at least Virginia's, 6 out of their last 7 road games have gone over. Again, when you think of this Virginia squad back in the day, again, new coach now, though, you think of that zone defense, the 66-60 type games that this team constantly seem to play. Louisville wants to get up and down and run. Virginia doesn't mind trying to keep some pace with them. I get it. No Jakari White keeps me off a side. But I do like the over in this one. I believe it's 155. Yes, 155.5 here over in Virginia. Virginia. Very close to a bad word. That's all I got to say. All right. On to the next one. We got Texas A&M. We got Tennessee here in this one. 9.5-point favorites. I'm seeing all these are these Volunteers. Total stuck out to me. I thought this thing would be around 144, 148. I get A&M can play with some pace. But the total at 158, to me, that suggests A&M might dictate a little bit of this pace. But I think still lack of size on the A&M side. Okpara here on Tennessee, one of the more better bigs in the SEC, of course. When you look, Tennessee, 13 straight wins at home here. This dates back to last season. They did lose to Kentucky last year. That was their final home loss. And then gone on to, again, win 13 straight. You look in January, 8 out of the last 9 games in January for Tennessee have gone under the total. I get it. Texas A&M might want to try and run. Tennessee won't let them. Suffocating defense. We'll let you guys penetrate the lane. We're going to close out the 3-point line, penetrate this lane, and go right up on into Okpara, Estrella, these bigs here for Tennessee. Long night for these Texas A&M Aggies here. I'd lay it with Tennessee, and I lean the under 155 here in this one. All right, we got UConn and Seton Hall. This one's part of that College Hoops 3.3 pack. Yes, I know. I have an NBA 3.3 pack and a College Hoops 3.3 pack. 6 total plays tomorrow. All hoops action. We are waiting on a hockey bet for tonight. See if it can close on out. I'll get to that at the end of the show here. But again, this one's a part of the 3.3 pack. Link in the description. Rolling right now in basketball. Yes, I'll admit College Hoops hasn't been the greatest. It's been treating me like baseball. But I think this is a game here that I have a nice little read on. Again, that's a part of the 3.3 pack. Go scoop that one up. Check the link in the description. Takes you right onto the site. All right, guys, we got Georgetown and Creighton here in this one. When I look at some of the numbers here, first off, I was expecting Creighton -6, -5.5. Total around 142.5. This Creighton team isn't so high-flying run and gun as teams in the past. A lot more length on this Creighton squad, though, than normal. Big guards, 6'5", 6'6" guards here for Creighton. Georgetown's on a 1-4 run straight up, 0-5 to the number. When you look how they've played against Creighton, again, I will admit this isn't the Creighton of the past here, but they're 1-7 in the last 8 games versus Creighton. Again, this Georgetown team, not necessarily the greatest of teams either. I do like this kid, Malik Mack. I think his shooting percentages will start to rise. I don't see this kid shooting 20-something% from three. So there's a piece there. But, Georgetown, this dates back again to last year. 1-6 to the number versus Big East teams in January play. Also 2-12 straight up on Tuesdays. Something about these Taco Tuesdays here for Georgetown can't seem to play right here, right? And then just the better three-point shooting team, I really feel like Creighton is here. Again, I'm not saying they're the high-flying Creighton Flyers of the past here, but I still like Creighton here in this one. Again, I get it. It's -9.5. Feels like a gigantic number. Total at 148.5. I'm actually kind of leaning under. This one could be, a 72-63. That's 9. 72-61. Even a 75-62 type game here in Creighton's direction in this one. Yeah, they're missing Allen Iverson or like a Patrick Ewing. That's what they need, Georgetown. They're not coming through that locker room anytime soon. So I'll take Creighton. All right, guys. We got Oklahoma State, Baylor. Another great game here. Part of the 3.3 pack College Hoops Edition. Scoop this one up on the site. That's all I got to say. Link in the description here. All right, guys, we got Iowa State, Kansas. This one also is a part of the 3.3 pack. But like I said, I'll give you guys a freemium here. It's going to sound a little crazy that I want to take the upset here versus Iowa State. Again, undefeated Iowa State. Number 2 in the country. But I think this is actually a Kansas squad that can pull it off. Obviously, we want to check, make sure Darren Peterson is going to play. He's just been on and off about playing. I think he played his last game. Obviously, Trey White, his running mate in that backcourt for Kansas. I think these two guards have the advantage over Lipsey here for Iowa State. Really the main guy in this backcourt for Iowa State. Undersized, 6'1". I think these Kansas guards, it's like shooting over a chair, have their way with Iowa State in Allen Fieldhouse. Iowa State's lost 7 straight going into Kansas. Allen Fieldhouse, one of the best places to play. If you're a college athlete here, Kansas, one of the better environments. I put it up there with the Cameron Indoor, whole nine. Love this arena. Obviously, Coach Self, one of the better coaches in the nation. I even had this as Kansas should be laying a -1 or -2. I just don't think Vegas has the balls, or these sports books don't have the balls to put Kansas as the favorite here. I think the wrong team's favorite. I get it. Iowa State has looked good this year. Wins over a Mississippi State, a St. John's. Creighton's okay. Syracuse okay. Yes, I get it. They beat number 1 Purdue in Purdue. Not high on Purdue. I'm not really, really high on them anyways. I don't know. To me, you look at the Big 12 teams they played too. West Virginia, Baylor, Oklahoma State. To me, these are all mid-tier Big 12 teams. I can make a case. Kansas even a little bit more battle-tested. And again, more NBA prospects too on that roster. Give me these Kansas Jayhawks outright. Give Iowa State their first loss of the season here in this one. And there you have it. That's the college hoops action for you guys on Tuesday. We're going to move on over to the ice. Look at a couple hockey games. Not every single one. Again, hockey is probably the third or fourth sport I like to bet. I do have a hockey play tonight. Let's actually check on it. I was on the Stars here, -110, -120. And then also I took the puck line. And we cash on both. Stanky night. It's just so nasty. So nasty, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. 3-1 victory for those Stars. Yes, we took the +200, -1.5. Rolling right now. Ebbs and flows of this game. Stay humble. Stay humble. Feeling good right now, though. All I got to say. All right, let's go to this first hockey game, though, or hockey match here. We got Canucks, Senators. To me, looking at this one, the goalies expected are Lankinen and Merlanian. When you look last 8 games for each of them, Lincoln in here, 3 goals allowed per game in the last 8 games. He's lost 3 straight outings. Merlanian, though, 2.88 goals allowed per game. Slightly better over the last 8, even though I'm not really a believer in him either. 4 straight losses for Merlanian. Look at the Canucks, 2-8 in their last 10 games, 6 straight losses. Senators, 3-7 in their last 10 games, 4 straight losses. Neither team playing any good hockey. The Canucks, you look this year, 16-28 straight up this year. That's including the shootout losses, just, straight up win-loss. 16-28 are the Canucks. Same thing, you do the same thing for the Senators, 20-24 this year, slightly better record. But you look, the Canucks are not bad on the road. 12 wins, 13 losses. That's almost 50-50. You look at the Senators, you're losing about, I'm not going to say losing about 2 units because they probably had some juice here, but they're 10-12 at home. I don't know. I can make a case for the Canucks. You're getting fat plus money with it. Plus 190, total at 6, juice to the over. I'm seeing. You look at both of these teams trending to the over, especially year long. Canucks 24-18 to the over. Senators 26-18 to the over. Give me the Canuck dance. I don't even know what the Canuck dance is. I think everybody says Canuck dance, and it's kind of do whatever dance you want. So Canuck dance at plus 190, maybe. Canuck dance at plus 190, yes. And we'll take the over. I get it to juiced, but look at the trends. Trend is your friend. Canucks over in this one. All right, we got Islanders. We got Jets here in this one. Tricky game. Tricky game. I can't trust if these goalies are who, So I was seeing Sorokin versus Hellebuyck, which is, 2 aces on the mound or 2 aces in between the pipes here. You catch my drift. This is like a pitcher's duel in baseball, but only in hockey here. You look, though, how they've been doing. Sorokin, 1.875 goals allowed last 8 games. Again, Sorokin doing his thing. But let's say Rittich happens to come in because you never know. They pull the chair out from you in these hockey goalies. Rittich here, 2.125 goals allowed in his last 8 games. Again, solid. You cannot complain about that. Look at how Hellebuck's done, though. Again, a lot of this was a part of that Jets losing streak. They've starting to get a little bit back on track here. Hellebuyck, 3.375 goals allowed in his last 8 games. You look at the last 4, 3 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals. That's actually the last 5 games. 3 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals for Hellebuyck. Comrie, not much better, even though actually 2.875 goals allowed in his last 8 games. But look, 4 goals allowed, 4 goals allowed, 5 goals allowed, 6 goals allowed. Okay, he allowed 1 versus the Kings in that win that basically broke the losing streak, right? Jets still on this 2-11 run in the last 13 games. Just not playing the greatest of hockey. Islanders 7-6 in their last 13 games, playing 50-50 hockey. Still no Bo Horvat for the Islanders. At least Scheifele and Connor are playing semi-well here in the last 4 to 5 games, I'm saying. Very tough one. Very tough one. It's going to come down to who's in net. I'll just keep it real. Comrie's in net. We're fading the hell out of him. I don't see him having a good outing back-to-back games. I think Hellebuck's actually a little bit motivated, especially seeing Comrie have that nice outing the other night. I actually could see him having a good performance. Might have to ignore the recent numbers of Hellebuyck. And again, Rittich and Sorokin have been solid here. I'm leaning under in this one, really. And again, forced to choose a side. Jets are playing this well right now as of late. I could see them here doing it. At the end of the day, also, I don't know if you call this a look ahead. Islanders and Oilers isn't the biggest of rivalries. I think of Gretzky back in the 80s and Lemieux, those, 84, that Stanley Cup finals. I think of that. Again, not the biggest of rivalries maybe, but Islanders could be looking ahead there to the Oilers. Oilers have been going to the Stanley Cup here pretty often as of late. They get everybody's best shot. Oilers also played well tonight, a big-time puck line hit if you were on those Oilers. I was telling you guys possibly Blackhawks again, if I'm honest. That's a plus money. Sorry, guys. Wasn't a premium either. But anyways, this one here, I like the under 5.5 the most. Obviously, make sure these goalies are who I said they were. We want that Sorokin and Hellebuck matchup. Give me these two aces. That's all I got to say about that one. We got Oilers and Predators. Did some back and forth on this one, man, because, again, I was talking about that possible look ahead. That's really more in an Islanders look ahead, in my opinion. Oilers have gotten the best of the Islanders historically. Really, Islanders hate the Oilers. Oilers, it's hard to hate somebody who you're pretty much perceived as better than. That's the way I look at that. But maybe a look ahead for the Islanders. Oilers, I don't think can care less. I see a minus 120 price with the Oilers. Total at 6.5. Again, the other day, it was about a week ago, it was a 6-2 win in Edmonton. Saros and Ingram in goal. Saros has just been an automatic fade. Even though if you look, 2.875 goals allowed in his last 8. I don't think he's going to be in net here. I'm seeing Annunen 2.25 goals allowed in his last 8. Picard is expected, maybe Ingram as well. Ingram only 6 games this year, is allowing 3 goals per game. Could say the same about Picard here in his last 8. He's allowing 3 goals per game. I could say this is a Predators revenge spot. They're going to need a big night out of Steven Stamkos if they want to be close in this one. He just got a 600th goal there the other night. 22nd player in hockey history, in the history of the NHL, to reach 600 goals. Steven Stamkos, he doesn't look done yet to me, on pace for 32 goals this year. Still, I think the Oilers are too much. So probably a buy low price. Might have to put this one in as a premium. Buy low price with those Oilers in this one. Back-to-back spot, though. We got Maple Leafs and Mammoth here in this one. We got the Mammoth here, minus 155. Total at 6.5. You look, Vejmelka, only 2 goals allowed per game in his last 8. Vanacek, 2.125 goals allowed in his last 8. Wall, 2.5 goals allowed in his last 8. And then Hildeby here, both those guys I just mentioned from the Maple Leafs, 2.75 goals allowed per game. All 4 goalies recently, you can work with this. As far as goals allowed, we can work with that. Anything under 3, 2.5, we'll roll with any day of the week. Obviously, it's a back-to-back sandwich spot for these Maple Leafs. Did they wind up getting it done? Here? It's 3-3 in overtime right now as we speak. Maple Leafs here. It's tricky because of that. It's the back-to-back sandwich spot as well. Again, playing the Avalanche, huge matchup. You can see they're going tooth and nail with them here, putting all their effort in this game here versus the Avalanche. And then guess who they got next up after the Mammoth? VGK. Don't care what anybody says. The Vegas look ahead is real. Great little party town, as you guys know. I know. But not only that, Vegas is always a team that Maple Leafs, Golden Knights, they don't like each other. Put it that way. So I just think it's a possible sandwich spot. Trust the line. Even though I get it, minus 155 is really juiced. Try to find an in regulation price here with the Mammoth. Either way, I think this is the side. What do you call it here? Mammoth have won 5 out of the last 6 here going into this Colorado game, though. And Colorado, I messed that up. 4 goals per game as well they've been scoring here in this last 6. Maple Leafs, they did win 5-3 back in October. That was Vanacek versus Stolarz. Stolarz no longer. I think he's on IR still. I'm just going to boil it down to a Mammoth revenge spot, sandwich spot for the Maple Leafs. Again, in regulation, we're on those Utah Mammoth in this one. All right, final hockey game I will talk about here. Stars and Ducks. Yes, the Stars got it done for us. Puck line, the minus 120. Feels good when you do that. 3-1 victory here for the Stars. Again, they are having a turnaround back-to-back spot against a Ducks squad who we've backed earlier in the year when they were playing great competitive hockey. You look as of late, they're 1-9 in their last 10 games. They have a 2-game series here with the Kings up next. I'm not trying to say it's a look ahead when you got the Stars sitting right in front of you. But a lot of teams do look ahead here to these 2-game series. And again, it is kind of a rival here, these LA Kings. Stars 3-7 here going into this Kings game, but now 4-7 last 11 games. Starting to pick things back up. I'm seeing here Oettinger, honestly, a 3.25 goals allowed in his last 8 is not the Jake Oettinger we're used to. DeSmith hasn't been terrible, 2.75 goals allowed his last 8 games. But you look at the Ducks goalkeeping, last 8, Dostal 3.6, Huso 3.12 goals allowed here in their last 8 games. So again, the goalkeeping advantage definitely seems to be on the Stars side. When you look at these 2 meetings earlier this year, though, it's insane. Ducks won 7-5 early on in the year. That was Dostal versus Oettinger. And then the last one here, it was DeSmith versus Mrazek and Dostal. They kind of had to split time here because they got buried. Stars won 8-3. What are we talking here? 12 and talking 23 goals in the 2 games these 2 teams have played this year. Hate to say blindly bet the over here. Stars win another one on the puck line here. Stars 5-3. Give me the over. Give me the Stars. Give me the puck line. Probably going to have to premium it again and run it right back with those Dallas Stars. It's just a back-to-back spot, man. That's all I got to say. Check and see if I have hockey up tomorrow. I might get there with this hockey, but again, just giving you guys what I'm thinking here in these games. And don't forget, I do touch soccer. I have a little soccer parlay for you guys. We got Atletico Madrid here. In the Spanish Copa del Rey. I'm not going to disrespect the team they're playing, but I couldn't even tell you. It's this long D name. They haven't played since 2018 head-to-head, but historically Atletico Madrid has just buried them. ATM, that's the acronym for Atletico Madrid, and they are sometimes an ATM. They're minus 240 on the money line. I get it. Really, really juicy. But I said 2-team it with Man City tomorrow versus Newcastle. And what is a revenge spot here, the English Carabao Cup semifinals here. I like Manchester City, especially now that Rodri is back in the fold of things, this midfielder here for Man City. Obviously, you guys know I love Phil Foden. If you guys have watched any of these look-ahead shows in the past, love Man City, love Phil Foden. But now with Rodri back in the fold of things, this midfield attack is going to be spectacular. It's going to open up everything else for Erling Haaland. 2+ goals out of him would not surprise me at plus 360. Love Man City minus 1.5, -1. Again, the money line's at plus 120. So, I mean, just win the game, really. Lots of plays I'll have on Man City. And we don't have this up on the site, guys. It's a unique soccer match here, the English Carabao semifinal cup here. Just giving you guys what I think and what I will be betting. I've already bet this myself, little 2-teamer. Man City, Atletico Madrid on the money line. 2 legs here, plus 170. I get it. You'd like to get the plus 250 odds, but minus 240 juice, that's what you get. Enough ranting. That's everything I'm on. Let me get to the comment section, and then I'll show you guys what I got up on the site, and we'll get on out of here. All right, we got Sonny. Who is that young kid filling in for Vegas? Oh, man. I had to get this beard shaved. You know, some people like to keep it going if you're winning and everything. I'm not going to be that superstitious. Maybe in the future. But for right now, I'm good with everything. Yes, I had to clean the face up. This hair is getting ridiculous. Trying to pull this Paul McCartney look. It's going to keep growing. I'll be able to do the hair flip. I've never been able to do a hair flip, guys. I've always wanted to grow the hair out, do the hair flip. Maybe soon, a couple more months, right? But yes, sorry, Sonny. Texans. I'm not mad at you going out with your team, though. Sonny's a diehard Steelers fan. Had to go out with his team. He said, this is my last message for the night because I can't see my screen clearly from all these tears coming out of my eyes. Tomlin has to go, bro. Well, I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show. I did at least give Aaron Rodgers credit for defending his head coach. That's what a classy person would do, not a douchebag who's all about themselves and getting paid way too much money to never deliver. Even though I get it, Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl. I'm not going to crap on him as bad as I could. He's better than Trent Dilfer, right? I'm trying to think of one of the worst quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl. He's not that bad. I mean, how many Super Bowl winners have there been? 60. He's probably 20th best quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater because a lot of that was A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is the guy that has to go for the Eagles. Again, let's get back to the Steelers, though. I could argue that Steelers defense played really damn well tonight. You're like, what do you mean? No, they played about as well as they could. It was the very, very predictable halfback check down play calls that Tomlin likes to run. I can't blame Tomlin for everything. The players got to play. The players got to produce. I don't know. It's just Aaron Rodgers was not the guy. I told you guys. First off, let me actually backtrack again. I know I'm backtracking a lot. But C.J. Stroud looked actually worse as far as pocket presence tonight. And I'll argue that this Texans front was way better than the Steelers front. Happy feet C.J. Stroud has. My gosh. He plays like that next week against New England, and bye-bye. Bye-bye. Will be the last game Texans play. Put it that way. Tough game to call for this upcoming next week of divisional round playoff games. Don't worry. I'll give you guys my picks here in the next couple of days in those. But yes, it's all right, Sonny. We lose some. We win some. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let me show you guys how it's been, though, on the site as of late for me here. Let me get back to the Look Ahead show here 1 second. Find that banner. I hate when it does this, when it doesn't want to let me get my banners up. 1 second. 1 second. All right, we got this banner back up. Look Ahead show. Look Ahead show. Like and subscribe here. Again, link in the description takes you right to the website, right to my page. And let's actually show you guys what I'm talking about here. Oh, wait. We're finally in the green on the year? No way. That's because I had a 3-10 day last Monday. I said never again will I open up in college basketball like that. I say that, but I have 6 basketball plays tomorrow, 3 pro, 3 college. I do like the slate tomorrow. And when we have, I know not the most of house money, $83 worth of house money. But again, we just got ourselves out of a 3-10 hole. Why not just, again, a 3-10 hole was last Monday. Since then, we're up about 8 units in the last 7 days. Got us back in the green on the year. Let me actually refresh it because that Stars game should be in now. Give me 1 sec. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. We're even on the 30-day leaderboard a little bit. Again, I'm not going to brag about $11, but again, better than nothing. You look how 2026 has been. Not bad in the NHL. I'll take 10-7 any day. Or any, we're on a 12-day run here in hockey. NFL 4-1. That's just this year. Playoffs undefeated in the playoffs so far. Bears, Bills, and tonight with the Texans. Feeling really good. We'll see how next week goes. We know how this game is. Could easily go the other way. I avoided it. I would have been on the Eagles. I avoided putting that one in and really going too crazy betting it as well. When I have all these respected cappers that I follow and also here on the show with, that got me a little cold feet. Some of them did try to get me off the Bears. Some of them did try to get me off the Bills. I had to stick to my guns on those. I loved them that much. Josh Allen doing his thing. But anyways, look at this NBA record in the last 30 days. This is the number 1 record in Tony's picks right now. Last 30 days, NBA. 34-17 run. I think that's a 66% hit rate right now in the NBA. Again, I have a 3.3 pack in NBA. I have a 3.3 pack in college hoops. I get it. College hoops isn't up here. But when you get buried like I did last Monday, it's going to take a while to get it back. And I was even getting buried a little bit before that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, look. We got it done here with these stars. The -1.5, and I decided to just money line it. There's nothing wrong with putting a unit on each, and worst case, you break even. Obviously, you could lose both. The stars would have laid an egg tonight. How about those Texans? How about those Texans, man? Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley, some physical corners. They'll come up and hit you too. Not a lot of corners will do that. I think of Deion Sanders. Yeah, real soft. Never even heard of the word tackle. That's not how those corners are. I'll put it that way. Oh, that's last night. But anyways, there you guys have it. I got my NBA 3.3 pack. I got my Tuesday College Hoops 3.3 pack. Sign up something long-term as well. Let me go back to it, show you guys some of the long-term packs that I have. A little 3-day for $99, a little 7-day here for $180. Right here. Because we're about to make tons of money this year. We're about to make tons of money. Let me actually show you guys the leaderboard 2.0 here, because use this 2-for-1 capper promotion. 2-for-1 again. Here. 1 second. I'm trying to show you guys. This thing's taking forever. All right, leaderboard 2.0, right? This shows you specifically sports. 3-0 night tonight has us at the top just for today. But this is what I'm trying to show you guys. NBA in 2026, right now, me and Ninos, even Chris, kicking ass and taking names. You look at the last month, kicking ass, taking names. Bittler's about to catch me. At Chris is kicking ass. What else? College football, I don't think it's been too well. Yes. I was going to show you really just everything because 1 second. I'm trying to shout out Ninos at the end of the day. Look at Ninos' run this year. On the top of the yearly leaderboard. I'm back in this yearly hunt. Let's go. Needed to have a hot day finally. What is it? Look at the last 7 days for Ninos. 10-1. And are you ever going to complain about a 10-1 week? I'm not. Again, look at the volume I've put in. Is that going to be an every week thing? Absolutely not. But has us at the top of the 7-day leaderboard. It was needed to get us back on track. Ninos on the top again. Bittler on the top again. Chris even here. Always going to shout out who's doing well. DeAndre was hot as well for a little bit. Obviously, Rod Zawacki will get back on this thing as well. He actually had a good day as well. I saw he was in the green today. So, yeah, plenty of cappers to do this 2-for-1 capper promotion deal with here. Sign up with something long-term is always way better value. But, again, appreciate you guys tuning into the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Alessandro, or Vegas Al, whatever you guys prefer. Thank you guys very much. Like and subscribe before we get out of here. Again, link in the description will also take you right to the website. Best of luck to everybody tomorrow. Make it a winning day. Peace.